What's up guys, it's Munio from PPC. Just want to take you through my shoulder workout today. It's roughly going to take about 45 minutes. I'm going to throw in some chin-ups just to warm up. I like to throw in a posterior chain exercise just to keep the shoulders healthy. I'm going to chuck in a little bit of arms at the end. It's not on the program, but we've got to have fun when we train. So let's get to it. Yes, I'm just starting off with seated shoulder press. I like to get a heavy compound in to start any sort of body exercise I'm doing. So in terms of upper body, today which is shoulders and arms, starting off with the heavy press, and chin-ups aren't really in the program, but I like to do chin-ups just for good posture alignment and just to prevent injuries in the long run, because how much progress you make is how long you can stay healthy. So health first, then we lift heavy. One thing I would like to note about the pull-ups, it's very important to have good posture alignment and good scapular control, because if you have any sort of internal rotation, you won't be able to retract and depress the scapula, which means you can't actually utilize your back. So a lot of that exercise just becomes internal rotation. So if you have any sort of internal rotation, you probably want to address that first, whether it's releasing the pec or releasing the bicep, get good posture alignment, and then perform the exercise. That's why with all my clients, I like to do like a structural assessment just to see what imbalances they have, because if someone has internal rotation, they can't do pull-ups, they can't squat, they can't set up on the bench press properly, and they can't set up on the deadlift. So it all carries over onto other exercises. I should probably introduce you to this guy. Tell me a bit about yourself.
Well, myself, I'm Thomas. I've been training for 9 years, I guess, since I was 15, and you know, you gotta work really hard to get those gains, you know? Yeah.
So how much do you weigh, Thomas?
So I'm about 61.
Yeah.
I just weighed myself this morning, 61.
So what's your goal at the moment, Thomas?
That's my goal at the moment. I just want to maintain what I have at the moment.
Yeah.
Maybe reduce my body fat.
Yeah.
I'm gonna drop that down to 5%.
Yeah. How are you doing that?
I'm doing that by eating healthy food.
Yeah. It's kind of simple, isn't it? Just the basics.
Simple. Yeah, just basic.
Yeah. Eat a little bit less of the good food, train a little bit more. Yeah. So I'm about to do a tricep at the moment, which is 3 exercises paired together. So I'm doing Z press, face pulls and lateral raises, 5 rounds. Let's go round 1. The Z press is great because when you're in a seated position, you can't utilize your legs. Makes you focus on bracing your core. Great way to overload the upper body. Great exercise of face pull. Awesome for shoulder health. This works more the mid-back, mid-traps, and the rear delts. If you do a lot of benching, I think it's essential that you have this in your programming as well, because tight pecs will cause internal rotation. This will definitely help you keep your shoulders healthy in the long. Don't have to go too heavy. That was probably a little bit too heavy what I did. About 20-25 reps on this. Okay. Another great exercise is the lateral raise. Definitely don't have to go through utilize a heavy weight for this. This is more of the lateral delt. Great exercise to throw in for multiple sets, higher reps. And since it's really easy to recover from, you can definitely utilize this multiple times throughout the week. So if you're training upper body, you can throw this in at the end of the workout. As you can see, the 10's got a little too heavy, and I start to drop below the required rep range. So I drop the weight so I can stay within the rep range. Once the reps get too low, you're changing the stimulus, you don't get enough volume in. So if you're hitting sets of 15 and you see your reps drop down, either rest a little bit more to get the volume in, or go down in weight so you can get a little bit more reps in. Ego doesn't help in the gym. guess you guys have all heard about my philosophy in training, how I always focus on performance. And the reason why I got into performance training was because when it comes to bodybuilding or aesthetics, it's really subjective. It's really hard to come to the gym and always focus on subjective measures, how you feel looking in the mirror. We need objective measures. So focusing on what you're doing in the gym, and that's the best thing about performance, is that it's actually measurable. You go to the gym and you focus on achieving a certain outcome. Because if you focus on performance over time, it improves your work capacity. So when it comes to bodybuilding, it's all about doing more work over time. And the diet is what's going to resemble how you look. So go to the gym, focus on things that are objective. Performance, like whether it's getting stronger at your bench press, your deadlifts, things you can actually measure over time and see whether you've made progress. And when it comes to nutrition, like if you feed yourself calories and you're in a surplus, you will put on weight. And when it comes to dieting, the training doesn't really have to change all that much. You know what I mean? Like if the goal of dieting is to obviously drop body fat so you can see your muscle mass. And when it comes to muscle mass, in order to retain muscle, you need to make sure you're performing in the gym. So if you focus on improving performance and your calories are high and you're in a surplus, you're going to put on muscle. And when it comes to dropping body fat, you're still maintaining your performances on like your major lifts as well. And you're slowly reducing calories, collating a caloric deficit. And that's what's going to resemble how much muscle you've built over time. But when you come to the gym and everything is subjective, like there's no measurements, you're going based on how you feel, well, if your bench press is 60 kilos at the start of the year and it's 60 kilos at the end of the year, you know what I mean? Like you're not really gonna have built all that muscle mass. But if your bench press increases by 50 kilos, like 100 kilos for 8, and at the end of the year you can do 120 kilos for 8, that's something objective. You've made awesome progress. And trust me, if you're making progress like that, you're gonna put on muscle mass. You just need to be eating the right amount of calories. And that's how I came up with my brand. Instead of focusing on things which are not measurable, go in with a purpose of trying to achieve a certain outcome. And then that's what's kept me going for years as well. Like, and over time, my body's changed. I increased my bench press from like 120 when I was 21 years old to 170, and like chest and shoulders got bigger. But I wasn't really focusing on hitting different chest angles. I was focusing on, getting stronger at like overhead pressing, chin-ups, deadlifts, dips, improving all these sort of lifts. And then I just ate a lot of food. People think it's complicated. It really isn't. Just keep it simple and just lift. This isn't actually in the program. It's always good to work some pretty muscles before you get out of the gym, just so you feel good. This is what I like to call like junk volume. When you do a lot of junk at the end so you feel good. So I'm just doing some junk volume. It's not really going to do anything towards the end of the workout. But like I said, sometimes you just really have to enjoy the program that you're doing. Once you've done the important stuff at the end of the workout, if you want to have a little bit of fun, play around, do it. People just take training a little too serious. Like at the end of the day, this whole process has to be enjoyable. And I'm gonna be honest with you, like I do some stuff which is not really that beneficial, because who doesn't like training arms at the